Hello and welcome to my lower back strengthening, stretching, and we're going to start with a few sciatica and piriformis syndrome exercises that you can do. I've already posted, if you go to the video section, I've already posted a video on sciatica and exercises that you can do on a daily basis. So if you go to the videos, find it. These are a few of the exercises that I'm going to do today to start with. Four of the exercises are sciatica and piriformis syndrome. So, but they're beneficial for everyone. But if you do want to know more information about it, then I'm happy to chat to you offline. So yeah, we're going to start with 4 exercises that are stretching and going to help relieve that pain. And then we're going to go on to some strengthening exercises for lower back. And stretching as well. Okay, so I'm just going to cover really quickly. I don't usually talk about this on these lives, but I've had this group now, this Facebook group for since beginning of 2018, I think it is, and it was for my premium members to my website, and I've opened it up to everyone, and I'd really appreciate just to keep the community feel going. I've opened it up for no charge, and I'm really thankful for those that have become premium members, and basically giving you an insight of what it's like to be one of my members. And I put these workouts together for you. Specifically, there's some people that have said that they're struggling with piriformis syndrome, lower back pain, etc. So this is what I do. I basically provide workouts that are specific for my members, but I'm opening up for everyone. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get started, shall we? And I've even done my hair and put a bit of makeup on today. I don't know why I did that. I think it's just because I don't know, I fancied making myself feel a little bit better, and I'm constantly in gym gear, but I'm constantly not bothered blow drying my hair for God knows how long. So yeah, it's actually made me feel a little bit better. Anyway, right, I'm gonna have to move Frankie. Come on, little boy, you're gonna have to go. You can go over there. There you go. Right, first exercise, what I want you to do is, I need you next to a wall, okay? This is a really good exercise for sciatica. So I need your feet pushed up against the wall, so flat on the wall, okay? So I want you to sit up nice and tall. I just want you to place your hands so that your fingertips are to your buttocks, okay? And we're just going to really straighten the arms, straighten the back, and sit up nice and tall, okay? So we're really feeling those back muscles engaging, and we're just getting into that position, so feet flat. So I need your basically is to make your toes come up, okay? And make sure you're not trying to touch the wall, you're really engaged in. And now I'm going to take hands to my neck, okay? Not to the back of my head, to my neck, okay? So clasping your head to your neck, and I'm going to drop my head, okay? So just drop down, nice and low. It's almost like you're reaching hello Frankie, your elbows down to your thighs. Now, if you have got sciatica, you're going to feel that pinching, okay? You will feel that pinching going down from your lower back all the way down to your legs, okay? So I just want you to come up, and I know it's hard, but I need you to push through that, because that is actually helping relieve that sciatic nerve. So down, and it's a really nice stretch for everyone to do anyway. Oh no, Frankie, you're in the way. That's it, just dropping down. And I just want you to, if you can try and do this on a daily basis, just holding it for about 10 seconds and then coming back up and straightening. And dropping back down. Just relaxing into it, using the weight of your head to weigh you down, basically. And back up, and back down, If you can, just lean a little bit further forward. You really want to tuck that chin in here. Tuck that chin in right into your chest. Relax. And it feels a really nice stretch, not only just coming down your legs, but really nice stretch on your back. Okay, just gonna hold it here just for a little while. For that nice stretch. Frankie, you're really gonna have to move. You're eating my hair, and I've just washed it. And back up. So please try and do that on a daily basis. If anything, a few times a day if you can. Okay, I'm just going to slide back. I'm going to come down into lying position. And I'm just going to cross my legs over one another, so cross-legged. And I'm going to lift up and pull the knee in. So I often do the glute bridge stretch here, but we're kind of be completely crossed and tucking those knees in deep into your chest. Really pull into your chest. And you can take both hands over. Feel that really deep in your piriformis. So piriformis is right inside your butt cheek. Your sciatic nerve runs through it. That's why often people have piriformis syndrome when they have sciatic nerve, because they kind of go together. And if you have got sciatica, or you don't know you've got sciatica, I'm just holding it here by the way, then you'll feel either tingling down your legs all the way down to your foot, from your lower back down to your foot, tingling, some numbness, or just sort of like radiating pain. It's originating from your lower back. But one of the things is to try and determine, and it is a little bit of trial and error when it comes to sciatica, of determining what the root cause is. It could be weakness in the back. It could be tight hamstrings. It could be tight hip flexors. It could be weak hip flexors. And really it's about determining, just putting it a little bit deeper. See, I'm feeling that's deep into my hip bone. And just lower down, we're just going to go the other side. And pull in. That's it, really pull in nice and tight. You can rest your head down or bring your head up, it's up to you. And release off. Okay, legs to straight. I'm going to lift my left leg and I'm going to place it over my right leg. Okay, so just to here. I'm going to lift up, I'm going to grab hold of my knee. Okay, lift up, grab hold of your knee and just relax back down. So you're naturally pulling that knee across from lying back down. So this is a really good one for your piriformis. So you might feel that deep within that hip glutes on that left side. And a progression from this exercise, if you can. If it's too much pain, then don't progress. But if you can, what I want you to do is grab hold of the foot, okay, here, and then pull it in towards you. And it's almost like I'm pulling this left knee over to my right shoulder. I'm pulling it in. And lift that foot towards you if you can. Feeling that nice stretch on the glutes, back of the hamstring. And if you do have piriformis syndrome, you're going to feel it just from this position. I can actually feel it a little bit. Okay, we're going to go the other side, and usually you only have it one-sided. It's either one butt cheek. So grab hold of that foot and relax back down. See, I find I'm not feeling it really. I'm feeling a nice stretch, but I definitely felt a little bit of piriformis muscle the other side. And when you can, if you can, grab hold of that foot and pull it in. So that feels nice, doesn't it? Oh, Frankie's back. And these 4 exercises I'm starting with, so against the wall, dropping your head, cross-legged pull-ins, and this one, and the next one I'm about to show you. If you do have sciatica or piriformis syndrome, then please try and do it on a daily basis. It really will help. It's not going to happen overnight. Use it as your cool down from workouts and your warm up, and release off. So I'm just going to come into an all 4 position now. Hello, Frankie boy. Okay, so in an all 4 position, I'm going to swivel my feet over to one side. Okay, so from the centre, I'm going to swivel it over to one side. So I've swiveled it over to my right. And I'm going to take the outside leg and I'm going to straighten it out behind me. Okay, so just on your tiptoes. And then I'm going to sit back, sliding that leg back. It's like I'm pushing into this left hip. And just drop over to that left if you can. I'm feeling that stretch quite a lot. That feels good. And coming back up. And you may well at the end of this session want to go back to some of these exercises and just hold it for a little longer. So I've swiveled it over to the left, taking my outside leg, my left leg, and I'm just going to slide it back. And I'm like pushing into this right hip this time. That's it, holding it. I'm going to have to put my hair off if you stop it. Put your lipstick away. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Oh, I'm coming back up. Okay, so 4 sciatica, piriformis exercises that you can do on a daily basis, and please do go to that file section. Now we're going to move on to some real back strengthening and stretching exercises, and again this will help with sciatica as well. So what we want to do is we want to come into an all 4 position. We're going to go for bird dog, so you've probably heard of these before, but I'm going to talk you through the correct technique. So we want to get to our neutral spine position, so you don't want to be arched through and you don't want to be high up. So you want to take a big deep breath in through your nose, exhale, and so you're coming into a nice straight back position and my core is nice and tight. Okay, so I'm sucking my belly button in towards my spine, I'm engaging my transverse abdominals, and my feet are hip width apart, my hands are directly underneath my shoulders, so wrists directly underneath my shoulders. So try not to be too far forward, try not to be too close. So find that pelvic, do pelvic tilts until you find that neutral spine position, so a nice flat back. If you've got a partner with you, then ask them if your back is nice and flat. Okay, so I'm going to extend my right hand and my left leg out, keeping that core engaged. And I'm going to inhale and exhale as I do. So inhale. And what you want to do here is you want to create a nice long line from your fingertips through to your heel. So you want to push your heel away from you and keeping that core tight the whole time. Now I want you to be not looking up and not looking towards your feet, towards your knees, okay? I want you to just be looking, your eye lines looking ahead, but your head is nice and straight line, and you don't want to overextend here. That's why your core needs to stay nice and tight in a straight line. Now I am going to ask you just to look at your knee. Okay, so everyone look at that knee. So is your knee in alignment with your hip, or are you tilting to one side? If you're tilting, straighten up. Okay, so I want you to go from, I'll show you from this point of view. Am I straight on? Okay, I can't extend my leg out properly. But are you here? Can you see what I mean? So are you tilted? Okay, if so, you need to straighten up. Okay, and it will mean that you're dropping one hip. Okay, so if you're not completely straight, you can be on your tiptoe here, it's up to you, or you can be flat. So you want to extend out, and you're keeping a really nice, your buttocks are firm, and you're pushing your heel away. So there's tension in that leg, there's tension in this arm, there's tension in your core. So you're really working through the back muscles as well as the core. Make sure that shoulder is directly underneath your wrists. And we're going to take that back down. Now we held that for a little while, so we're going to just hold the other side so we can get that position. So make sure you haven't relaxed through and let go of that core. Core back in. Inhale, exhale, extend, pushing that heel away, creating a nice straight line from fingertips through to your heel. No hyperextending. Look down at your knee. Is it in alignment? If not, straighten up. You may have to lift this hip slightly. Keeping that core nice and firm and engaged throughout. When we're strengthening through the back, we really want to be strengthening through the core as well as the glutes. If you think about the core and the glutes as the foundation of a strong back. So we're working through the back, the core. The core is your back and your abs, and your glutes. And back down. We're going to go a little bit quicker now, and we're going to do 10 reps. Okay, so just think about everything I said, that alignment, don't drop through the hips, keeping that core nice and tight, keeping a nice straight alignment. Inhaling, exhale, extend, and lower. Inhale, exhale, extend, pushing that heel away, squeezing through the butt cheeks, back in. Inhale, extend, keeping that core tight, keeping that hip in alignment with your knee, and down. Inhale, extend, pushing that heel away, staying strong through the core, and back in. Inhale, exhale, extend. Now, a lot of these exercises that we're doing now were in my Pilates series, so I really would recommend you going and doing that series of workouts. I did every day. Exhale. Come on, really stay strong through the glutes. Don't lift up, okay? Stay nice and still. Don't hyperextend out. Staying nice and strong. You can try a few different positions with your toes, either on your toe or flat. It doesn't really matter too much. Whatever feels most comfortable for you and whatever keeps your balance. So most people will find their balance is kept a lot better if they're on their tiptoes. And I'd rather get that technique correctly than rushing through it. I'm just going to do one more each side. That's it. And down. Okay, staying in this position. We're going to arch through our back now. I'm going to take a big inhale and exhale. Really draw up through my upper back, creating a nice big C shape. Really pulling in your core right up, pushing through the ground, opening out those shoulder blades, and back down. Inhale. As you exhale, I want you to use that breath. Sod everyone else what they're doing at home and you're making a noise. Inhale, exhale. Come on, draw up. Each time pushing that little bit higher, pushing, opening out those shoulder blades and back down. Two more. Oh, open out the shoulder blades, open out those shoulder blades. And back down. Okay, so that was a strengthen and a stretch, okay, but still working through the core. All of them will always be working through that core. So bird dogs was strengthening, cat cows was strengthening but stretching at the same time. The next exercise we're going to go on to is a plank, and I'm going to talk through the correct technique for a plank, which I know that you're probably all thinking, I can do plank, I've done planks all the time, but I need you to do it the way I tell you. So, hands firmly on the ground. Planks are really good for back strengthening. Fist to this position, okay, and you're going to drive your fists into the ground, okay. So, I'm just going to step back, both feet. So, you may well be that you need to start in this position, okay, whatever position you're going to start. In fact, everyone start in this position, okay, to start with. I'm going to drive, make sure my elbows are directly underneath my shoulders. I'm not arching through, I'm going to inhale, exhale, strengthen through that core. So my core is really engaged, everything is braced from this position. I'm squeezing my glutes, I'm pushing my heels into the ground, and I'm going to extend one leg up and the other side. Staying in this position, none of this, okay, staying nice and strong. Now, you're not going to be able to hold this position for as long as you would be if you were like this, but that's really putting damage on your back. So, it's almost like think about tucking your tailbone under, driving those fists through the ground, taking that weight off those shoulders, squeezing through the glutes. Everything is really strong. And you're going to get much more out of your plank in less time than if you were just to not think about everything I've just told you about. So core in nice and tight, pushing those fists through the ground. Take that pressure away from those shoulders. Don't worry if you have to come back down onto your knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back down to your knees. We're going to sit back into a child pose, dropping your head down to the mat. Just take a few deep breaths here. And roll up, coming all the way down onto your stomach. Now, I want you to place your hands like this on your head and then slide them away so that they're in that position. That's where I want them to be. And we're going to lift up, okay, lifting your chest off of the ground. Okay, just holding it here. Staying strong. You should be feeling that back, those back muscles in the lower back really engaging, and lower back down. Inhale, exhale, lift. And lower back down. Now, if you can, I want you to lift your feet off the ground next time you rise up. So my thighs are coming off of the mat. And back down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Now, if you can, I'd rather you stay just in this position of an extension. If you can, you're holding it up. I want you to extend your hands out in front of you and lift a little bit higher if you can, squeezing through my glutes here. And lowering back down. Inhale, exhale, lift, squeezing those glutes. And down. One more time. Inhale, exhale, lift. And lowering back down and taking your hands behind you. Okay, palms facing up. I'm going to drop my forehead to the mat. And I'm going to do reverse 100. So if you went on my Pilates series, I haven't done 100s before. We're going to do reverse. So what I'm going to do, I'm either going to drop my head down and I'm going to pulse it here, but think about engaging those back muscles. Or if you can, I want you to lift up, lift those thighs off the ground, and you're just going to pulse it here. Arms up and down. 3, 4, 5. That's it. Squeeze through the glutes. Strong through the legs. That's it. Keep going. Just little pulses. You can rest your head down on the mat. That's it, keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down, clasp your hands together behind your back. So your palms are facing up, and I'm going to turn my head round to the left, and I'm going to drop my elbows down to the mat. Okay, my hands were clasped, so palms facing up. Elbows drop down, and I'm just going to flick my legs in and back, in and back. So we're just opening out the pelvis and the lower back. And lift up and look the other way and flick those legs. And relax down. And release those hands up, lifting up, and we're going to come onto our backs now. So onto our backs, feet hip width apart. You don't want to be too far away. You want your feet to be, so I can just reach up and tap my heels. Okay. So shoulders firmly on the ground. If I look up at my knees, they're fist width apart, so I can fit a fist within my knees, within the top of my thighs, okay? So I just want you to do a couple of pelvic tilts here, okay? So I'm just rounding and flattening my back into the mat. And on the next go, I'm going to roll up each vertebrae at a time up into a glute bridge, and I'm really squeezing through my glutes. They're really squeezed tight. Just going to hold it for 5 seconds, and then I'm going to roll back down. Pelvic tilt, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And I want you to think ribs low, hips high here. So ribs low, hips high, not this, okay? So that is a more of a yoga pose that we're not doing today. Okay, just squeeze through those glutes, think ribs low, hips high. So it's like you're doing a pelvic tilt here, okay? Squeeze.
Look at your knee position. Have they moved out? They probably have. Look at them, push them back in. And lower back down. Rolling up. Look at your knee position, close them back in, engage through those glutes. Now feel your lower back muscles, you'll feel that they've engaged. Now if you lower back down and relax, you'll feel that they've softened. Keep your hands on those back muscles, rolling up, lift up, squeeze through those glutes, you can feel that they've engaged. And I want you to place your fingers now just on your bottom rib. So lower back down. So this time I want you to think about engaging your core at the same time. Okay, so we're going to inhale and exhale as we lift. Big breath out. So you should feel those muscles pushing into your fingertips. Look at your knee position. Have they extended out? Push them together. Keep that core nice and tight and roll back down. Lift. Think of your knee position. Think about squeezing your glutes. Think about your pelvic tilt. Think about ribs low, hips high. Think about that core working through. Lots to think about. And again, lift. Squeeze. Knee position. Pelvic tilt. Core tight. Squeeze through those glutes. Roll back down. 2 more. And roll back down. 1 more and hold. Squeeze. Squeeze hard. Glute bridges are really good. They're called glute bridges because you think they're just working the glutes, but they're not. They're such a beneficial exercise, and if done correctly, just a standard bridge is quite challenging, as I'm showing you. Holding it here, keeping everything engaged. It's a really good core exercise and really good lower back exercise. And roll back down. Tuck those knees in towards your chest. Bring your head up, tuck in. And I just want you to rock from side to side. As always, I'm overrun. Sorry about this, quite a few things I want to get through. I might have to do a lower back series, even though I've got one on my website. Okay, coming up into a tabletop position. Now please do my Pilates workout, especially the first one, because I talk exactly how you do this. So yeah, it's on my catch up and it's on the feed. So do my Pilates one workout because you need to know your core position for this. But I will talk you through it very quickly. Okay, dead bugs. Dead bugs again are a really good back and core exercise. So we want our hands to be reaching up, we want our shoulders to be firmly on the ground. We want to find that neutral spine position. So you're not really pushing your back into the mat and you're not arching through. So you inhale, exhale, engage those muscles. So bottom rib, just below your bottom rib. Okay, core tight, my back's flat, my hands are up. I'm going to extend my left arm and right leg away. So just like we were doing in the bird dog, keeping your hips nice and square, then no rolling back, pushing my heel away, extending out and back in. Inhale, exhale, extend. So my left leg and my right arm have gone out and back in. Extend and in. Extend and in. Extend. Remember to exhale as you lengthen. Again, it's a really simple exercise to do, and if done correctly, it's very challenging. So I often see lots of people thinking, oh no, I'm not going to do that exercise in my core work because it's too easy. Believe me, if everything's engaged, there's only so many of these that you will be able to do before your core. My core is really firmly engaged here. Pushing my heel away, Exhaling as you extend. Everything tight. One more each side. Back to your tabletop position. Okay, I'm going to reach for my toes outside of my feet, and I'm going to lift them up into this position, and I'm going to pull them down. Okay, what you call the happy baby pose. Not a very attractive pose, this one, but it feels good. So I'm grabbing the outside of my feet, okay, and I'm pulling them down, okay, I'm pulling my feet down towards me. And you can just do a few rocks here from side to side. It feels like a really nice exercise, and it's called the happy baby pose. That's it. Pulling it a bit deeper, and if you can, straighten out those legs and pull back down. Pulling it nice and deep into you. So my knees are coming deep into my armpits. Pulling in. And relaxing off. Okay, legs to straighten. I'm going to have to move over for Frankie. Okay, I'm going to take my left hand out to the side. I can't quite get this hand out, but imagine my left hand is out to the side. You're in a T shape here, okay? I'm going to lift my left leg up towards the ceiling, pushing your heel away, okay? If you do have sciatica, you may well feel this tension coming up. Try and push that heel away, keeping both hips nice and square on the ground. I'm just going to bend at the knee and straighten again. Bend at the knee and straighten again. Bend at the knee, and this time I'm going to take this knee all the way over. I'm not dropping down, I'm keeping it lifted to here, okay? Arms extended out to the side. Hold it. Back to the centre. Leg extends up this time, I'm dropping it down to the ground, lifting it back up, and down, up, and down, up, bend at the knee, over to the side. Back to the centre. So we're really working through the hip flexors here. Hip flexor strengthening again, which is going to help your lower back. We're still engaging through the core. Hold, bend, over to one side, this time dropping all the way down to the ground, placing that hand on your knee, and just relax into this stretch. A couple of big deep breaths in. Other arm should be out in a T shape. And lift back up. This time your other leg extends out. Tabletop position, straighten and bend, straighten and bend, pushing that heel up towards the ceiling and bend, and rotating over to the side, holding it up, still pushing that heel away, and back to the centre. Extend up, lowering that leg down, keeping that core engaged. Feeling that stretch coming through, working through the hamstrings. A lot of lower back pain can be tension through the hamstrings as well. Bend at the knee. Back to the centre, extend, lift, Keep that flexion in that foot, pushing that heel away. Bend at the knee, dropping over, grabbing hold of that knee, and just relaxing down into the ground. That nice rotation. And back to the centre. Okay, we're going to come up to a seated position. We've literally got a couple of minutes left. This position, I want you to grab hold of your toes, like this, and I want you to push your feet into the ground and imagine someone's pulling those shoulder blades back. So resist, push, and relax, push, really create a nice big C shape in your back here, and release, push, feels nice just sat here like this. Oh, and just rock from side to side, keeping that tension, that pushing away. And release off. Just going to come up to standing position. Rolling up. Feet hip width apart, just a couple more to go. I'm just going to slide my hands down, bending my knees slightly, and I'm going to stop here. Okay, stopping with your hands just on the top of your knees. And I'm going to do a bit like we were doing on the ground, cat-cows. So I'm straightening through my spine and I'm going to round up, suck that belly button in, and then push. And I'm pushing into my knees. And push. And when I come out to a straight position, I'm tucking my pelvis under here, and then I'm putting out, and like push your booty out, push, push it, push it, push it. So you're creating a slight arch in your back here. Feeling that stretch coming down your hamstrings. And engaging the back. And round back up. And push. Go on, push that booty out. And round. And again, one more time. Push into those knees. And rolling up. And just rolling all the way down now, all the way down to the ground. Just let your upper body hang. And placing your hands on the ground. Hopefully you can touch the ground. And if you can, just want you to lower your chest down, lifting your head up slightly. May well be you're here. So looking ahead and rounding up. 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 And just relax. And just sway from side to side. And rolling up. Relax out. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Please comment, let me know how you get on. If you have any specific questions, then please just comment below and I will endeavour to help you.